What is up, everyone? Welcome to It's Been a Week. I'm your host, Ben McDonald, and this is your weekly dose of whatever the hell just happened. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to It's Been a Week. All right, question for everyone. Do you ever wake up after a night out and the first thing you do in the morning is grab your phone and check, like, who the hell did I text last night? Have you ever had that? Do you ever wake up and feel like, oh, everyone fucking hates me? Or, oh my God, what did I say? What did I do after a night out of drinking? Do you guys ever feel that way? Because let me tell you what, today we're going to talk about hangxiety. Hangxiety is the feeling you get the morning after drinking, and it's when your hangover and your anxiety collide. Now, look, I don't really consider myself a very anxious person. I don't have anxiety. I don't freak out about things. I don't get worked up over things. But for some reason, every single time after I drink, and all of my close friends know this, and anyone who goes out and parties with me knows this, and AJ knows this. After I go out and drink the next morning, I suffer from this so bad. I literally feel like everybody hates me. And I'm like, what did I do? And I remember, it's not that I'm blacking out and I don't remember what I did. Like, I get this feeling of like, oh God, no one likes me. And I don't know why that happens, because vodka is like one of my best friends. Her and I get along so well. I love to drink. I love drinking. The act of drinking to me is so much fun. It is such a social thing. And look, I'm not drinking to escape anything. I'm not drinking to escape feelings. I'm drinking because I think it's fucking fun. Okay. I love that feeling when you first take a sip of a cocktail. I love going out with people and getting cocktails. Like, I love to drink. I really, really do. Vodka is my drink of choice. Her and I, like, we are buddies. We rock it out. And to be honest, the more drunk I get, which I can handle a lot of alcohol, and I'm not sure if that's like something to brag about, but like my body can consume a lot of alcohol and I can drink for very long periods of time. Again, I don't think that this is something to brag about, but it's a fact. And like the drunker I get, it's usually the more fun I get. Like, let's get on tables. I'll make people laugh. Like, I'll tell people how much I love them. Like, I'm not an angry drunk by any means. I'm not a mean drunk. I get really fun and happy and just like, I probably talk a lot and probably repeat myself. And like I said, dance on tables, but I never am like mean or hateful. I mean, unless you've heard the elf situation with AJ, you should go back and listen to that episode when I was dressed as elf. But in general, I stick to Belvedere martinis, vodka sodas. I'll do an Aperol spritz. I don't usually do tequila. I don't usually do dark liquor. Wine, I get it like a real headache, like actually like painful. But vodka and we just get along really good. I love a Whitney Houston, which if you don't know what a Whitney Houston is, it is a vodka Diet Coke, because Whitney loved vodka and she died of Coke. So I've been drinking that all around the world, literally. But something happens. Like I'll have the best night out. I'll have so much fun with people. We're dancing on tables. Before we leave or we go to bed, we tell everyone, oh my God, it was the best night ever. And we love you. And everything is totally fine. But the next morning, no matter what, I wake up with this anxiety. Like when we go on these boat trips, we're partying all day long. Everything's good. But when I come downstairs and I'm like, everyone's sitting at the breakfast table and I'm like, are we all still friends? And look, unless people aren't telling me something, which that could be, most of the time I haven't done anything. People are like, you were a blast. You were fun. I didn't even know you were that drunk. Or, it's never, I don't usually do anything that's so detrimental that are like hurting people's feelings or offending people. Well, sometimes I offend people because, I don't really have a filter when I'm sober. So the filter definitely is not there when I'm drunk. But this feeling, does anyone else, reach out to me, DM me if you also get this feeling, because it is awful. Hangxiety is the worst. Oh, it just is like a terrible, terrible feeling when you wake up and it's just like, why do I feel that way? And then I am a drunk texter. I don't know what it is, but like I'm a drunk texter. And so sometimes I wake up and I'm like, oh God, what did I say? And I got to go through and read my messages. And again, it's never anything bad. It's usually like, I love you. You're amazing. You're my best friend. What I miss you. Like, it's nothing like, you stupid bitch, fucking hate you. Like it's never any of that. So I don't know why I can't get past this. It drives me nuts, but it doesn't stop me from drinking because I'll go out and drink and then the next morning, here we go. But then sometimes even if we're like on a vacation or trip, it's like we'll just keep going. I mean, a lot of my close friends, like they know the drill. Like after a night out, I have to text them, like, you don't hate me, do you? And they're always like, Ben, calm down. I have a few friends that will mess with me and be like, everyone hates you. Or like now, even some mornings, AJ's like, ooh, you were really a lot last night. Or, oh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like they try to fuck with me, but I don't know what it is. So I decided I'm going to do a little bit of research on this. I was like, okay, so minus, maybe the fact that I could be an alcoholic or, whatever. Here's my other thing with being an alcoholic. Well, first of all, I don't identify as an alcoholic and I don't drink. How can I phrase this? I don't have to drink. Like I can go months without drinking. I've gone a whole year without drinking once. That was awful. I don't want to do that again, but I did do it. I was 12 years old. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have to drink. My issue is when I do drink, there's like no off switch. Like when I start drinking, it's game on. Like let's rock and roll. That's why when AJ and I, if we go out to dinner or if we're just hanging out at home, we never drink ever. Like we never go to dinner and have a nice glass of wine. We never are sitting at home and make a cocktail. Like that literally does not happen. Because for me, I'm drinking to feel something, right? So if I'm drinking, it's like I want to get drunk. I don't want to. I'm not drinking to get sober, and like just having one drink, I'm like, what's the point of that? Because then I feel like if I have like one drink, I get a headache or I get tired. It's like, like this is not worth it. If I'm gonna drink, I'm like, let's rage, let's go dance on tables, let's have fun, let's like make this a night or a day. Because I'm much more of a day drinker than a night drinker. I would love to start drinking at like 11 a.m. and be in bed by 9 versus go out at 9 and be out till 4 in the morning. And I'll do it. I'll do both. Sometimes I'll go from 9 to 4 in the morning, but in general, I love to day drink. But AJ and I, we don't drink that often. But when we do, or when I do, I should say, like I just don't have an off switch. I'm like, let's go, which is fun. And we always seem to have a good time. So what I was saying is that I'm an alcoholic, probably not in the sense that I drink every day, but I'm an alcoholic probably in the sense that when I do start drinking, I can't stop. Is that also alcoholism? I'm not sure. Also, I don't care. But I wanted to do a little bit of research to figure out, like, is there a science behind this? Like, I obviously can't be the only one who feels this way. And why does this happen? So after doing a little bit of research, it turns out that there is 22% of people feel this way. So it is definitely not just me. In the hangover, in the anxiety, a lot of that comes from, because when you start drinking, your neurotransmitters start like firing, right? And the alcohol initially like gives you this boost of GABA, GABA. I don't know if it's GABA or GABA, but whatever that is, it gives you this like initial boost, which like gets you all excited and gets you fun, and then it drops. So then you go down. Also, when you're drinking, you get very dehydrated, and also when you drink, even if whether you pass out, go to bed, whatever it is, you're not getting good sleep. You're not. I don't think you go into REM sleep as well. Your sleep is not as good as when you go to sleep sober. So I think it's a combination of lack of hydration, not getting good sleep, and then probably that your brain is all like having all this fun and excitement, and all your fucking hormones and neurotransmitters are going woo, and then it just like depletes all your serotonin. Now I know I'm using big words and I sound like I know what the fuck I'm talking about, but just I don't. So go with me. I also feel like hangovers is the one thing that like adults, when you're younger, adults always tell you, or like older people will tell you, like, oh, the older you get, the hangovers get worse. And I'm like, oh, yeah, right, Susan, whatever. No, hangovers get, I don't know, like I used to be able to drink all night long and I'd wake up the next day and like go to the gym and feel totally fine. When I drink when I have a big night now, I am like in a coma for 2 days. I can't get out of bed and I need to like DoorDash food to the bed. Like it destroys my whole next day. So that sucks. That part about getting older sucks. Now, here's another thing. And I don't know if there's science behind this, but I feel like, let me know if you can also agree with this. When you're on vacation and you're in a tropical location and you're on a beach and you're somewhere fun, hangovers are like barely a thing. You pop an Advil, you're good to go. Let's get back to the pool. When I'm at home and I drink, like the next day I want to die. So why is that? Because I can drink the exact same thing, the exact same amount. There's something about like the ocean and the sun and like, I don't know, being in a pool that makes you not get hungover. So if anyone has the logic on that, I'd love to hear it. I was also looking up that there are some tips on how to not suffer from hangxiety. So the first one is hydrate like it's your full-time job. So what is that? Like you have to have a glass of water in between every cocktail? I mean, that sounds like a lot of work. Part of me thought if I was doing vodka soda, is like you're hydrating from the soda water and then dehydrating with the alcohol. Like I thought that would balance out. Another tip is to hide your phone so that you're not drunk texting, which I really should do that. But the problem is I need someone else to hide it because I'll just go grab it. And pre-apologize to everyone. I think that's pretty good little tips because I was like, okay, I'll just drink a lot of water, try to stay off my phone, and just give a pre-apology. They also said that hangxiety is like almost a mini withdrawal from alcohol. So I guess that would make you a bit of an alcoholic. I don't know. They also said that people with a higher emotional intelligence usually suffer more from hangxiety because they are overthinking their interactions and their reactions. So I guess I just have a very high emotional intelligence. But I don't usually like when I hang out with someone or I'm at an event or something, I don't like go over my conversations or like stress out about anything that I said. It's just when I'm drunk the next day I feel like, oh God, they hate me. We've had guests in town. We did a lot of partying. We went to Rufus to Soul, which was like an insane concert. Like it was so good. But obviously the next day I wanted to die. That concert was just so amazing. But we've had friends in town. And if you're watching this video and you're thinking, wow, Ben, you look like Tan Mom. I just got a spray tan and I'm currently in the processing mode. So I will wash this off in a few hours and I'm not going to look this crazy. But I do have a spray tan on because we're leaving for Stagecoach, which, if you don't know what that is, well, you should know what that is. But if you don't, it's basically Coachella in California and Palm Springs goes for 2 weekends. And then the third weekend is Stagecoach. And it's basically Coachella, but for country music. And we don't really go for the country music. We really go for the parties. The parties are fun. Last year, we went to Cindy Crawford's house. They did a huge party with Casamigos. And like you came in, you just take a shot of Casamigos out of an ice shot glass and you threw it at a gong. So that was fun. But her house is insane. It's an amazing house. And that party, I mean, everyone was there. Like you name a celebrity, they were there. So the parties are really, I think, more where it's at versus like being in large crowds of sweaty people. Yeah. So I'm sure I'm going to have hangxiety this weekend because I'm going to do more drinking. But you know what? Gotta have fun. So roll with it. Hopefully I can just get over this and just be like, you know what? I don't need to wake up with anxiety. Who gives a fuck? But I don't know. This episode you're going to listen to is with a dear, dear, dear friend of mine. She's been in my life for a very long time. She was like my nanny growing up. She spent multiple days a week with me growing up for years. So she's an incredible human. I'm still very close with her today and with her daughter who lives here in Texas. So that's amazing. And I'm actually going to be collaborating with her daughter very soon on a live event with It's Been a Week in her new business. So that's exciting too. Any other updates? Oh, my elbow still hurts. It's not swollen, but it hurts. My back is back to normal. So that's great. And as always, please go leave a review, 5 stars if you would, and leave me a comment with it. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, let's get into this episode. Here we go.
I don't want to slur.
Why not?
Because that's not pretty. Nobody likes a slurry drunk. That's like last night. I had that wine and I kept talking. I'm like, I'm starting to slur. It's time for bed.
And with that, I would like to introduce all of you to my next guest. This woman has known me since before I was born.
Before you were born.
she was friends with my mom. She ended up becoming like our nanny. We used to spend like 3 days a week together. And yeah, we've done a lot of stuff together. So everyone, please welcome Miss Holly to the podcast.
Thank you.
Welcome to It's Been a Week.
Well, oh my, it really has actually.
Tell me.
Well, I'm here from Minnesota. So we came in on Thursday. All was good. My daughter just recently got engaged.
Yes.
She just recently got this huge job. So we went out and celebrated beautifully Friday night. We did a wedding yesterday that we weren't really supposed to do.
Ah.
Oh, yeah. We got stuck doing everything. We were supposed
Wait,
to.
you were guests or you were like.
No, they said we could come to the reception. Well, Lexi and Santo were guests because it's their neighbors. But my mom and I were planning to come this weekend. And Lexi's like, well, we have this wedding and I'm supposed to do these centerpieces. I'm like, well, I can help you. It's right up my alley, right?
Right, totally.
Yes.
Craft queen.
Yeah. So then the bride ordered the flowers. They were supposed to be there Thursday. They didn't come till Friday. I mean, it was this big ruckus, big ruckus. So I thought we would just do some flowers yesterday. Lex and Santo would go to the wedding. My mom and I could sit back and watch a movie, have some popcorn. But no, we were stuck at the venue till 5. The girl had nobody else there to help us. So I'm like looking at these napkins. What am I supposed to do with these? I'm looking at slippers. Like, wow, we got slippers. What are we doing? So nothing was organized. Nothing was like labeled like, oh, please do this. Please do that. It was a shit show. Crappy.
And you don't even know this girl.
I met her once. Yeah, I mean, I met her again yesterday. And she said I could stay for dinner, but I'm like, oh, thanks so much. But
I'm going to get the fuck out of here.
We're getting the fuck out.
Wait, this is crazy. So what would she have done if you weren't there?
I have no idea because Lexi offered to do the centerpieces. So like bring, the vases, and Lex was all organized. She had, table 1, table 2, head table, blah, blah, blah. All that was organized. So that was good. So then the flowers were late. So then we're like, we're not doing them Friday night because we're going out to celebrate my mom's birthday and this engagement and her job. So then the girl takes all the flowers out of Lex's house, and she just lives like, I don't know, 10 houses down. So she's not far. And then they work on flowers. And then we go on the next morning because we're like, well, we need the flowers back. So then we go there, and the bridesmaids' bouquets are pathetic. They're embarrassing. And Lex is like, put some hydrangeas in there. Like, let's make them full and pretty. And they didn't. They used only roses. They didn't even cut the stems to make them equal. It was wrapped in ribbon with tape, like Scotch tape.
Oh,
it was bad.
Tragic shit.
It was. And the bridesmaid or the bride's bouquet hadn't even begun. So the girl that said she was going to do it, we bowed out at 1:30. She wasn't even there yet. The wedding's at 3 or 3:30, and she hadn't even started the bride's bouquet.
Oh my!
Seriously.
See, this is why AJ and I haven't gotten married yet. Like when I do get, I don't even know if we're going to get married. I think we're going to be like Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell and just be engaged forever. But the amount of work and detail, like you got to plan that shit out.
Out.
I mean, Lex's wedding is not for like another year and a half, and you guys are already planning shit.
Oh, it'll be done by probably September this year.
Right. Yeah. A year in advance. Like,
for sure.
How do you wait until that last minute to not, like, that blows my mind.
Well, it blows my mind too. And it was also like this girl, I get that she was from out of town, but she committed to doing this. And so like I whipped together some mother's bouquets because she hadn't done any of those. I mean, it was just last minute chaos and nobody was doing what they were supposed to do. So then we get to this venue. We can't get in until 2:00. The reception starts at like 4:35. So we have 2.5 hours. We get there. There's not even tables set up. There's nothing. There is nothing. And we have this mover guy that came to pick up everything. And he's like, well, who's going to help me load this? I'm like, well, aren't you going to do it all? And he's like, well, I need help. I'm like, oh my God. So we're all shoving stuff in this truck.
I can't believe you got wrapped into that.
I know. I was pissed. I was not happy. Not at my kid. I wasn't mad at my kid at all. But I was just like, what the truck? So you should really have Samto's intake on this because Samto's like, oh, they're getting a bill. They're going to hear from me. And he wanted to go off on him last night. But Lex is like, honey, it's their wedding. Like, let's just wait a day or two.
But like, was she like overly appreciative to you?
I think she sent some text messages today. Not to me, but to Lex.
Oh my God. Okay. So you've had a week already.
A little bit.
Wow.
And I'm happy to help, and I wanted to, and I love doing flowers and all that, but it was just not organized, and I just couldn't believe the chaos. And when I was at their house trying to put stuff together, I didn't make eye contact with one person. The photographer was there. They're trying to take pictures. There's like 40 kids screaming, running, a dog. I'm like, "Get me out of here."
Oh my God.
It was not
Well,
good.
more power to you, because I would have definitely been like, I'm out.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
deuces. So
Yeah,
let's go back to how we even know each other.
for sure.
So first of all, you were friends with my mom
Yes.
way before I was born, or how? Like,
No, when I met your mom, she was pregnant with you.
okay, and
Yeah.
you guys met where?
Main Event, New Brighton.
Which was a bar and grill
In New Brighton.
in New Brighton, Minnesota.
Yes.
And then how do you guys become friends? Like how do you and
Well,
my
she was
mom?
the day bartender, so I actually worked mostly nights and then Friday days. So we only had that interaction time together. But of course, your mom is fun and outgoing, and so she's easy to be friends with. And then she loved babies, and so when I had my Lexi, your mom babysat her quite a bit. She's
Wow.
like, "I love babies. Give me her. Let me take her." So then we would do the trade off because she worked days, I worked mostly nights. So I'd bring Lexi there, and then she would take her home, and David would come get her later.
Wow.
So
Crazy. My mom, I feel like she was a very feisty bartender. I feel like that's where I get a little bit of my what do we call it? Spunk, crass, bitchiness. I don't know what you want to call it.
probably all of those.
All of the above.
Probably.
I remember one story she told me where this person came in and my mom gave her a drink in like a plastic cup, and this person had like, I think like, I don't know if it was herpes or sores or something all over their lips. And
Your mom's like, "You're not gonna touch our glass."
So my mom gave her a plastic cup, and the person goes, "Can I get a real glass?" And my mom goes, "Yeah, as long as I can break it."
Does not surprise me.
So I think that's where I get a little bit of my feistiness.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And your humor. I mean, your mom is very, very funny.
Yeah, because my dad's humor was not. He had like dad humor.
Your dad is in Mark?
Mark.
Okay.
He had humor that was very like, dad humor. Like it wasn't quite the punchlines that I have. Anyways, so Lexi is Holly's daughter, and we have been friends literally since birth.
Yeah, because your mom took her as a baby.
Yeah, and then you would come and you were nannying us for like 2 days a week, and then Friday nights, so really 3 days.
Because I started cleaning for your family when you lived in the New Brighton house. I started cleaning then. And then when you built the house in New Richmond, I mean, okay. So I don't know the timeline, but I know I was like your nanny and I worked for your family for like 6 years. Yeah. And then I was like Monday, Tuesday, clean, Friday nights.
And we would have so much fun on Friday nights.
They were busy.
I mean, we would do so much stuff. Some of my favorite, well, this actually wasn't my favorite. One day, it was a Monday. I went to school. I don't know if it was April Fool's or if it was just a day that you got a wild hair up your ass. I came home from school and I was so excited because Holly goes, "Look what I got you." And it was Milk Duds. Oh. And I was like, oh my God.
Molly and I were busy that day.
I go, oh my God, my favorite. So I rip this box of Milk Duds open and I take a handful into my mouth. And as I start to bite into this crunchy Milk Dud, I found out that my Holly decided to take dog food and melt milk chocolate over it, put it into the Milk Duds container and seal it so perfectly. I was like, you fed me dog food.
Best nanny ever.
Yeah. Do you remember one time Fred was the evil stepdad? He went into the pantry and I remember he came out and he goes, "God, these bacon strips are really good." I go, "Those are for the dog." He was eating, the bacon strips?
Yeah. The commercials, bacon.
Yeah. Fred was eating those. I'm like, are they a little salty? I mean,
side snack.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's got their own go-tos.
Yeah, everyone's got their little secret habits. I'm gonna take a sip of my martini. Hang on.
I think I should refrain for a little.
Yeah, no, take a sip. So we would do so many fun things. Like, I mean, how many times did we play hide and go seek?
Oh my God.
In the house, we would play. You would take. So I had this thing. I always had this fascination. Well, I always had this fascination with fish.
You had many fascinations.
Yeah, still do.
Yes.
But if you notice, I really kept true to a lot of my like.
Oh, for sure.
Like fish was a huge thing when I was a kid. I have a 300-gallon saltwater tank and a koi pond. I had my little business, Ben's Photos. I have my photography business. I wanted to be an actor. I've stuck with that. Like I really have kind of followed through with my obsessions.
Yeah, I will say I'm super impressed that your house isn't like rearranged again. Like it's been stuck. Like it's been it.
I grew out of that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So when
That's one thing that
I did grow out of. When I was younger, you guys, I had to rearrange my room. And I think I've talked about this on a previous episode. I had to rearrange my room, every week?
All the time.
All the time. And I don't know what it was. It's like I couldn't get settled. And my room wasn't that big.
Nope.
And there was a lot of furniture in that little room. And it's like you could only do so many configurations.
But you figured them all out.
Every one of them.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully, the walls were wood. So when you made holes in it, you couldn't see it as much versus like a white wall.
Right.
But oh, yeah. Lots of, I mean, what was the wood stuff? What's that called?
Oh,
cedar?
It was like cedar. It's like, what is the wood?
The whole house was built out of it.
Oh,
the whole thing.
That's why when it burned down, it went down in 2 seconds.
It went fast.
Yeah, for everyone listening, my sister burnt the house down.
You're going to edit that.
Yeah. No, but it was the, what is the wood called? It has like the knots, and I think it's just cedar.
Knotty pine.
Knotty pine. Oh, maybe it's that. Okay.
That's
whatever it was.
So every time you made a hole with a nail, it looked like another knotty pine mark.
Yeah, exactly. There were so many scratches and dents and scuff marks. I mean,
yeah, it was striped.
Yeah, that room was fucked. I mean, I don't know what it was that I just wanted to like change it up.
I think it was that. And I don't know, you just weren't ever happy or content with things. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
You just always you want to change. You were, like your mom said, you were a very busy person.
Uh-huh.
You were. And so you just, whatever you could do, you did it.
It would change things up. I'd rearrange.
A lot. How many times did we spray paint that little studio haunted house thing out by the pole barn? How many times did we spray paint that?
A lot of times. I mean, there were so many. I remember one time, I think I got so sick of painting the floor, I just dumped the paint out, and I just was spreading it with my feet.
That wouldn't surprise me. I don't think I was there for that moment, but that would not surprise me.
But you were a big painter too. I remember every time Lexi's room was like some wild color. It was like lime green to purple. Like you always had some fun project.
I was a fun mom. I mean, our dining room table went to shit. So I took the top of it and I put it in her closet with curtains, and that was her stage to sing on. I mean, I know I took like some insulation that you would buy at Menards that was like shiny silver. And so I painted the bottom of her room, I think was purple, and the top was orange. And then I took that silver band all the way around.
Yeah.
That was her. That was one of her looks.
And then she had the playhouse.
Oh, I gave her the playhouse.
Uh-huh.
She didn't ever use it. She had a mailbox that she got from her aunt for her birthday, and it said 2 Easy Street because her aunt thought she was so spoiled. So that was the mailbox outside. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But she really didn't use it.
But I didn't think she was too spoiled, and she was always a good kid.
She's a super good kid.
Like she's never really done anything wrong.
No, I think I grounded her twice.
Yeah.
Twice. No. I lived over half my childhood grounded.
Yeah.
It was only twice. Yeah. So
what's crazy too is that Lexi and I were friends like growing up, and that we're now in our 30s. And that we live in the same state. Like, first of all, I never thought I lived in fucking Texas. Right. Oh, God, get me out of here. But the fact that we live so close together and we're still such good friends.
I love it. It makes my heart so happy. I know your mom is so happy.
Because there's not that many. I mean, there's only a handful of friends that you really hold on to, I think, for like life.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like you grow out of friendships.
Yeah, you do. And I think there was a gap. I think there was a little gap. Yeah. You moved around a little bit when you were out in LA and all that.
Yeah.
There was that. But then when you came back to Texas, and then were you here first?
Who was here first?
What are we in? We're in 2025. I feel like she's been here 4 years. It'll be for like 5.
Yeah, I think I was here first.
Okay.
But not by far, by a few months, I think.
Yeah, I think it was close. And I mean, no offense, but she didn't move here because of you.
Right.
She just loved the state and whatever. But yeah, no, like how beautiful that you guys live this close.
That's crazy.
And then you and I we've connected at other times as well. But then I'm spoiled that I get to see her and then I get to come here and see you.
Right. Holly's here at the ranch this weekend. We're going to go to a barrel race tomorrow.
Oh boy, who knew it? I was going to get tan at the pool, but
I don't know if it's that warm yet for a tan.
75. I'm from Minnesota.
Okay, well, we can lay out if you want. What were some of the craziest shit about me, like when I was younger, like when you had to watch?
Well, definitely the fish.
The fish.
It was. I mean, there's a lot of things, and we'll get to them all. But I would say top was the fish. Like you need another fish. We got to get a fish. Where's the fish? So we were always on the prowl.
I feel like I need to like maybe speak to someone about that. Like it's a weird obsession. Like I mean, you just saw my fish tank in my office. I have a 300-gallon saltwater reef tank that I have coral from all over the world. I'm obsessed with it. I have fish from all over the world. I have some shit that's actually a little illegal, but and then
it's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty. And I have the koi pond. Like what is this? What is the obsession with fish? But so when we were younger, we all know the farm and home story when I stole the fish.
I don't know about now. I would say that's changed, but I would say back in the day, I felt a lot of it was about the getting. So a lot of times, when your mom would give us money to go to Apple River and go, down the water slides, or we could go to the Mall of America. Like we had an endless bank account to go do whatever we wanted to do. And so I feel like a lot of times, I don't know, you found love in getting things, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So I don't feel that now because you have to pay for the fish.
Right. Well,
but before you'd be like, Mom, there's Dory at the store. I need $50. And when we drove like over an hour to go get the fish in Spring Lake Park, like, I don't know. It was just, I think, acts of kindness.
Yeah.
Felt like love to you.
Yeah.
And maybe, the gifts. The 5 love languages.
Yeah.
What is the gift?
Acts of service, gifts, quality time, words of affirmation.
And there's something about physical touch.
Physical touch. I'm definitely not that. Don't fucking touch me.
But all the others are fine.
I hate being touched, actually.
Really?
Like, no, but mostly for like, I don't mind being touched by people I like and love, but like, there's nothing worse than having to shake someone's hand in public, like someone you don't know. Okay. Like you could have just been jacking off in the bathroom. You didn't wash your fucking hands, and now I'm gonna
think that every time.
You
should. My gosh, now you wrecked it.
Why do you think COVID spread so quickly? Like I don't know. I don't want to touch you. Like, why do we have to shake hands to show like what's like?
Yeah,
like
we're officially meeting.
We're fucking like masculine testosterone bullshit. I'm like, no, just be like, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. I don't need to touch you.
I hate that you just did that. Now it's gonna.
Think of how many people go wipe their ass and don't wash their hands. There's particles getting on their fingers.
Okay, have you died yet? Have you gotten a disease?
I'm actually in the process of deworming myself. Yeah, I almost died
from physical touch.
Could probably, but I'm in the process right now of deworming myself. Do you know that Americans are one of the only countries that don't deworm themselves?
I've learned a lot of things about parasites and whatnot lately.
Yeah, so I'm taking these drops 4 times a day, and it's got like walnut, hull, wormwood, something, and it's supposed to like cleanse your whole body. Because I was like, I don't want no fucking parasites and worms, and like we are on a farm with animals. Like, I need to be dewormed.
Watch out, you do.
So that's why I don't like personal touch or physical touch. Now I would say my love language is definitely words of affirmation.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Like now I don't like gifts anymore. Gifts actually make me uncomfortable.
Really?
Because like even like Christmas time or all that stuff, like I always feel like if someone gives you a gift and then you owe them something or you didn't get it, or like someone gives you something really nice and you got them something mediocre, or vice versa. You got someone something really nice and they get you like something from the fucking dollar store. I also don't want your junk.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Like gifts, I'm always like, why don't we just hang out? Let's just go do something together. Let's go to a movie. I don't like gifts.
I would agree with you. I mean, gifts are always fun and I appreciate them, but I'm just not always sure, like, am I giving you the reaction that you want when I open this? What if I don't like it? Because a lot of times I don't. I don't. Lexi, I love yours though. She's really good gift giver.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would agree. I mean, and I think, like my boyfriend, he loves to give. Like that is his love language. Like the more he can give to me or do things for me, like that is how he shows love. He's not a physical touch person, really. He's not. But then if I give him gifts back or I do things for him back, he doesn't know how to deal with it. He's like, he doesn't even say thanks. Like saying thank you for him is hard. He's never going to listen to this, so I don't worry about it.
My demographic, I feel like it's mostly women and gays, but there's a few straight guys out there listening.
I mean, if I told them that I was on here, maybe. And it's okay because it's nothing I wouldn't say. But, some people are just uncomfortable with that. And so I get it.
Yeah, I think words of affirmation, I mean, being an actor, I obviously love attention. So, I put shit on Facebook or I put shit on social media just to rile people up all the time.
I love it.
Yeah, just to give people, I love attention, obviously. But so I think words of affirmation, yes. And then physical touch, definitely not. What's the other ones? Oh, I do love quality time. I do. Like if I'm going to hang out with someone, like I'm like, I want to like.
Let's just hang. Cut out the world.
Yes.
Yes.
Like I love that you're here this weekend. We're hanging out. Like I would much rather do that than you'd be like, I sent you a gift.
Oh, for sure. I don't want your presents. No. I want this present.
Yeah. I want, look at that. I want presents, not presents.
It's already been used.
But. Yeah. Oh, well, we'll claim it as your own. So yeah. So honestly, even with like sex, I'm like, when it's done, I'm like, okay, don't get away from me. Don't touch me.
I don't need
to cuddle after.
Should we get in the shower?
Yeah. I'm like, ugh. when the moment's over, it's over.
I can't believe you just said that. But no, we did do a lot of things. We took that golf cart everywhere. I mean, if there was a odometer on that thing, like
the one that tells how many miles we went on.
Yeah, the odometer.
Yeah. Okay.
I know, you're on that.
We in addition, I think this is how we got off on this tangent was I was talking about the fish, but in addition to the fish, I was obsessed with frogs and turtles.
Yes.
So we would go frogging and turtling.
But thankfully, we really didn't keep them. It was just I don't feel like we kept them.
I think we'd bring them home.
Did you have a turtle tank?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And I think we'd put them in a cooler for like a day and then we'd let them go.
Not we, but you.
Me. And then we had that, like, remember we had that pond waterfall feature in the backyard?
Yeah, by the hot tub?
Yeah.
Screen porch room?
Yeah. So I think I would take a lot of the stuff we would capture and put it in there.
I never paid attention, but okay.
Yeah. And I actually do know this for a fact because we had a cooler that was like bungee cord to the back of the golf cart.
Probably.
And I remember one time.
You weren't much of a fisherman, though. I will say that.
No, I like to get in there and catch them with a net. What's crazy is for people, if you guys could understand what I would go into like the muck, like
you had boots,
like into like up to my waist in swamp water,
just to get the turtle,
just to get a fucking turtle
or a frog.
Like, what was the point?
It was the getting.
It was like the adrenaline of like going and like
the hunt. Well, it's like you were a hunter, but just not for normal things.
Right. Even going to the fish store, I think it was like the adrenaline of like going to the fish store, seeing what they're gonna have, and then like picking it out, and then they're gonna scoop it up. And, yeah.
And it's mine.
And then
for a week, and then it would die. There went 50. Sorry, Mom.
The amount. I wish there was a way. The amount of money that I have.
You don't want to keep track of that.
No. I mean, the amount of money I've spent on fish in my lifetime.
Is criminal.
Yeah.
Very criminal.
Like over $100,000 for sure.
Probs.
Yeah, easily.
So we went turtling. We went to the barn. You guys made me go to the horse.
You weren't big on the barn.
No. I mean, it was beautiful. Chico and what other horse?
Woody.
Woody was there.
My first horse was named Woody. I used to ride Woody.
He was a beautiful horse.
Yeah.
He was good. Not my thing.
No, you weren't big on the horse thing.
No.
But we'd go, oh my God, do you remember we would drive around in the back of your Trailblazer? And we'd be like...
You're bringing that up?
Yeah.
Worst nanny ever.
We could have like broke our neck.
I know, right? Maybe that explains some things.
Well, we would somehow balance on the back seat, and you would drive and then slam on the brakes, and we would go flying forward.
I'm so sorry, Penny. I'm so sorry. Yeah, because you had a round driveway, so they had a long driveway to get there. Then once you get there, you drive up to the house, and it was a circle.
Yeah.
So we could go around the circle, and so for some reason, they all would be like, "Let's get in the truck." What did we call it? Something?
I don't know. It was
Concussion City.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
Concussion City.
It was so bad.
It was because we would go and we'd floor it, and then you would just boom, slam on the brake, and we'd go flying forward.
And then Lexi was saying, we were talking about this, and she was like, "And Mom, you would always play that song." I'm like, "What song?" And she's like, "Let me clear my throat."
You did? No.
Yeah.
No,
and then let me slam on the brakes, and you can knock your head, and it's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't ever knock your head, but
and
you were all in the back seat. It wasn't like I had you in the front.
So we couldn't go through the windshield.
Yeah. I could just throw my hand up and catch it.
You'd be fine.
Yeah.
No, and you'd also play Pink.
Oh, yeah,
get the party started.
Oh, yeah.
No,
get the party. Yeah. Any of her songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. That wasn't.
AJ and I just went to her concert last fall, and we were on the kiss cam.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you kiss?
Yeah. When we were making out. Yeah.
Good job. Physical touch. Good job.
Yeah, because she made some comment. I forget what it was, but something about like for the gays, and AJ was in this big purple fur, so I mean, he was easy to spot.
That's great.
Yeah.
They found you.
They found us.
It worked.
Yeah.
I love it.
What else did we do?
What else did we do? I mean, we went to the Apple River Water Park. I remember going there down the slides.
I mean, what was it like having to hang out with me 3 days a week?
Work.
But fun.
It was, but it was hard though because I had your sister and she was a lot younger. So your things that you wanted to do were not the same. And so then you, of course, were like, well, can we go to Farm and Home? Can we go to Farm and Home? Molly would be like,
Do you know I haven't been to Farm and Home since the day I stole?
you stole. And that's probably okay. Yeah, that's probably okay.
I kind of want to go back. Do you think I can go? But do you think 20 years later I can go back and be like, I'd like to apologize for stealing the fish? Or do you think I'm still banned from there?
I don't think you're banned, and I don't think you need to apologize.
We've moved on.
Way over.
They also got the fish back.
Oh, well, see?
They still sent me to fucking court, but they got the fish back.
Wow. You needed to learn.
You win some, you lose some.
But yeah, no, that was a big thing. We always went there. We went to the Dairy Queen a lot. I mean, I picked you guys up at school a few times.
Yeah.
Until you got kicked out. But,
yeah.
I mean, I did. I went to, was it St. Stephen's?
St. Anne's.
St. Anne's.
Oh, God, that was a move.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's happening in your life now? What do you have to do?
I am so lucky, and I am. I'm really lucky. I'm at a stage in my life where I get to relax a little bit more. I get to slow down. I've worked so hard my whole life.
You have.
I've been a busy girl. So once I sold my house last year and I could pay off everything, and I moved in with my sweet boyfriend, and I'm just fortunate. I work 3 days a week. We go golfing. We travel. We eat out. We just got 2 cats last fall that are like my new children.
So. You've always had cats, though.
No, my second husband hated them.
Oh my God, remember all your dogs?
I know. At one time, I had 5 dogs and 3 cats.
Chow chows.
I had 3 chow chows.
And the Rottweiler.
The 180-pound Rottweiler.
Uh-huh.
And then we had little Patsy, which was like a poodle mix, blind and deaf.
What? I don't remember Patsy.
You don't remember Patsy? She was, I mean, we got her when she was old at the Humane Society because Lexi and I worked there. Super bad idea.
Terrible idea.
Yes. Hence Bruno and Patsy.
Yeah. Oh, Bruno came there too?
Yeah. That's where
as a puppy or as big?
No, he was $180 when we got him. But he was such a lover.
I just remember he would lick he was a licker. He would lick the air.
Anything.
He would just sit there and be licking.
Yep.
And then I remember one time you were feeding him chocolate pudding. I go, Holly, you can't feed dogs chocolate. He's been fine. He's sitting there licking the pan of chocolate.
He would eat anything. I mean, Baby Cakes, Lexi's dog, she ate a whole chocolate cake. A whole cake. Ate it. Nothing ever happened.
She was fine.
She was fine.
I actually think it's dark chocolate that's worse for them because it has more cacao. How do you say that word? Cacao? Whatever.
You're on your own. Cocoa?
Yeah. No, cacao. Well, yes, cocoa, but cacao, I think.
I have no idea.
But yeah, Bruno, he was the best.
He was. He would pull the kids around. Like, we lived on a pond, so we would clear it for ice skating, and the kids would give him the scarf, and he would just pull them on their skates or rollerblading down the street.
Which one bit me?
Jake.
Oh.
Okay. You know how I feel about that.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. Wow. How would you respond if you got headlocked?
How old was I? I was little.
Oh, you were not that little. Maybe 10?
Oh, well, okay, you should have known better.
Maybe? I don't know.
What did I do? Run up to him and just squeeze him?
Well, I feel like he was looking out the window by the front door, and you just came up and you gave him a headlock. And you're the only person he ever bit. Ever. Ever. So, I mean, thankfully it wasn't severe. Was it to the face?
Right above the eye. I still have the scar.
You do not.
Yes, I do.
Serious?
Yeah. I don't know which eye it is, but I do have the scar.
Well, now you always remember.
Beauty mark.
Are you serious? Like, on that lid right there, that mark?
Yeah.
That's from him?
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. I did not know that. Oh, wow.
Did my mom freak out?
She was not happy. She was not. I don't blame her. But then again, I mean, there's dog etiquette, right?
Right. No, it takes 2 to tango.
Carefully. And not that you would know that. And I mean, chows can be aggressive. They're known for that. I don't think mine were, but.
Well, kind of.
Well, you made it be aggressive. It wouldn't have if you didn't do that. But yes, that did happen. You were staying at my house and that did happen, yes.
Oh, my mom wasn't there when it happened?
No, it was at my house. You were staying overnight.
Oh.
Yeah. And maybe out in the playhouse. I don't know.
Whoops.
Yeah.
It's okay. Poor
It's
JD.
okay.
He was a pretty chow, though.
He was gorgeous. I loved that dog.
Because I feel like you don't see, he was like orange.
Yeah, he was a red chow.
You don't see a lot of those.
You don't see many chows, period. But yeah.
Chelsea Handler has a bunch of chows.
Oh, does she?
Yeah,
and Martha Stewart used to too.
But they always had the brown ones. Or like the black ones.
Oh.
I've never seen, like Jake, I feel like he was
Well,
rare.
I think the red is like the common one. Like that's the one everybody wants. But then the 2 gray ones, those are called blue. So we had 2 blue chows.
And they had purple tongues.
Yes. Yes.
Didn't you have puppies too?
Twice.
Oh.
One day I was going to work at Main Event and I didn't even know our dog was pregnant and she was only 6 months old. Don't report me. But I came down the stairs because I'm bringing Lexus to the daycare, whatever. And I'm like, oh my God. And I look on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck? There was 3 puppies laying there. I was like, oh my God. I had no idea she was pregnant. I called David. I'm like, David, Shauna just had puppies. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. So I had to call work. I'm like, I'm going to be a little late. Yeah, she did. I know. I felt so bad. And then like 6 months later, she had another litter.
Oh.
And then we kept one of those.
Which was that one's name?
Mia.
Oh, yes. Didn't she run away all the time?
Yeah, she climbed the fence.
Yes.
She climbed the chain link fence. And then she would always do it notoriously right before I'm leaving for work. And so I remember Lex and I were like running through the neighborhood trying to find her because I'm like, I got to get to work. And then I found her and I was just so pissed. And I grabbed her collar and we're going home. And Lex is like, Mom, Mia's feet aren't even touching the ground. I don't give a shit. Oh, I was pissed. Yeah. So she was naughty.
That's funny.
Yeah. But
no more dogs.
No, I'm right. Super done with dogs.
Yeah.
But now I'm on to cats. Now I'm a crazy cat
Cats are
lady.
easy. Cats are easy.
They are. Except I have a little snotty one, but
we have 18 of them. So
I know. The number keeps going up.
Okay, is there anything else you want to bring up?
I mean, I guess I'll just say that I'm so happy and thankful that you are who you are and you've grown, you've matured, you're self-aware, you're living this beautiful life. You have the most fabulous partner. You're living a really good life. Yeah. And I'm really proud of you because you had to overcome a lot of hurdles. I know. I worried a lot about you. And you did it. You're here, moving on, doing the things, having fun. So I'm grateful for that.
Always having fun.
I know, right?
On that note, everyone, I'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you for listening to that episode of It's Been a Week, but don't touch that dial because it's not over yet. Get ready for the after show. Been there, done that with AJ. Well, we're going to get AJ's take on whatever the fuck I just said. And here we are with Been There, Done That with AJ. Hello, AJ.
Hi. It's been a week.
It has.
No, it's been a week. I mean, it's been a great week. We had awesome friends visiting. Tanya and Brian are amazing. We went to the Rufus Du Sol concert, which was exceptional. We had that wild night out with Gina.
Which brings me to my Hangxiety.
I mean, I know. Listen, I understand that may be something new for listeners, but I have to listen to this every single time you wake up after a night of drinking. And at this point, when you roll over and say, are people mad at me? Do you think people like me? I'm like, they're mad at you. They don't like you.
I know you have started to do that because it's like, I don't know why I feel that way, but sometimes I wake up, or well, not sometimes, every time after drinking, and I'm just like, oh, what the fuck?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you need to go see Betty Ford or something, but
no, I don't want to quit drinking. That's not the issue.
Right?
The issue is I just don't want to feel that way after with my depleted neurotransmitters and GABA and serotonin.
Listen, we already heard you try to sound overly intelligent with all these big words once during the episode. Yeah. Do not try again.
They need to come up with some kind of pill or something you can take when you drink that replenishes all that.
Or maybe you just drink less.
But what's the fun in that?
Well, I mean, I think you can have fun in that. I think it's a bigger conversation and a bigger discussion. I don't think people in the majority sense dislike you or are frustrated by you, but I'm sure there are things that you do that rile people up. And interestingly enough, today I recorded a video that talked about the annoyances of people. Like, I'm annoying. I know that. You're annoying. Like, people listening, everyone's annoying. We all are annoying at some point too, either to others, but also to ourselves. And I was thinking about this today because I think we spend a lot of time focusing on those things that annoy us, even with ourselves, but with other people. And if we were actually just willing to accept sometimes that people have quirks, and those quirks are either things that we can look past, or maybe they're things that we can help people grow through. And by looking at it that way, and then looking more at the things that we love about them, the things we cherish about them, we'll continue to just build love, build joy, build care, build companionship with people. And then those small little quirks, the annoyances, we either allow them to develop and change on their own time, or we as good people infuse something in someone else and help them to grow it, or we just accept that that's how people are. But that being said, because I had this fabulous moment today where I thought deeply about that, as you can tell, I think for you, you probably do piss people off sometimes because you're loud and you're carefree, and maybe at times it's a lot for somebody, but that doesn't mean that it's right or wrong. It's just for them. It's their perception of something.
Those aren't my people.
They are your people.
Oh.
And it's okay if they feel that way. But when you wake up in the morning, before you ask, do people hate me? Are they mad at me? Whatever. I'm sorry that I'm so boring and that you're yawning. You need to ask that of yourself. Because if you have those feelings about yourself, then it's going to translate, or other people are going to be able to feel that way. But if you wake up in the morning and you're like, you know what, I'm fucking fabulous and I'm amazing, and even if I did something wild and crazy, it is what it is, that's a better way to start the day.
All right, we'll give that a go.
Okay, you try.
And how great was Holly?
Holly is amazing.
I know.
I mean, you're a lot. You with the moving the paint around with your feet and having to go out in the mud and banging holes in the wall.
I was a busy boy.
You were. And she's so wonderful and kind and sweet and beautiful and loving, that she has this joy in her voice, this lightness in her voice. But you have to imagine below all that is probably oh my God, this kid, will he just shut the fuck up?
No, we had fun.
You did?
Yeah.
I can see that. And Alexis is amazing.
Yeah.
Which obviously is an extension of her mom. I love both of them. I'm so thankful that I've gotten to know Alexis, and then through that, getting to know Holly and about your past. And it's really cool, to hear her talk about your mom and their friendship and just how it started.
Yeah, she's been in my life, since I was born.
Yeah, and that's cool to hear about your mom also watching Alexis, and just that's awesome that there's that history there,
And now I'm going to do a collaboration with Lexus's new company at Lex Social with It's Been a Week for our live thing. So it's going to be great.
Oh, that's really cool.
And also a reminder, everyone, if you have any questions for the trauma therapist or for the psychic, make sure you write those in. And we got to get going because we're off to Stagecoach. So I'll see you next Tuesday. What is up, everyone? I have a question for you. Have you ever done something so wild, so hilarious, or so ridiculous that your friends are still talking about it? Do you have a story that happened to you this week that are going to leave jaws on the floor? Well, here's your chance to tell it on It's Been a Week. Head over to itsbeenaweek.com, scroll down to the bottom, and let me know why you should be the next guest. Bring me the drama, the chaos, and the laughs. I want it all. No story is too crazy, no perspective too bold, and nothing is off limits. So, let's pour a martini, spill the tea, and make a conversation to remember. Submit now, and I cannot wait to talk to you soon.